Greetings to my unbelievable, sexy V family all over the world. This is one and only Academy Award winner, Oscar winner, all right, Bollywood Awards winner, the one and only Pathman Senathirajah, all right, gorgeous as usual, sitting in my office on Tuesday, almost at midnight Tuesday, recording number 201 Wednesday message. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed my 200 Wednesday message. All right, and I'm excited. I just came back to the office after a mega long trip to Dubai, to Istanbul, Turkey, to Antalya, Turkey, where I rock with my brothers and sisters from all over the Middle East and Turkey. And then I went to Bangkok, to Pattaya, and now home, sweet home. So we are back to the zone or the office. All right, guys, I'm so excited because we have a few more days left before the greatest event on freaking planet Earth, V Malaysia 2017, where you get to see this live on stage, where you get to see the founders, Dato Sri Vijay Japa, live on stage, where you get to see the V partners, the AVPs, your uplines rocking, all right, 18,000 people in Penang Spice Arena from the 3rd to the 7th of May. So if you haven't registered and bought a ticket for V-Con, when I see you anywhere in the world, remind me to give you a certificate certifying you as the biggest moron on the planet. Because you cannot miss this event. V-Con is not a choice, it is a necessity. Mark my words, this event, all right, it's limitless, guys. It's going to blow your mind to a whole new level. So I'm excited. I came back to the office, saw my corporate family, meeting a lot of old friends, okay, and catching up with a lot of things. This year has been unbelievable. 2017, you, me, the whole company, the whole network around the world, it's all about being limitless. And I was talking to a lot of people the past few days, and as usual, my Wednesday messages is about my thought process, my experience, and what I feel in my heart and mind to tell you. And today my topic on this Wednesday message is something very unique, which I am starting to understand way better today, called tolerance. Now we always hear this growing up, where we are supposed to be more tolerant. And tolerant is always viewed as a positive word related to being patient, all right, being more understanding to the morons in our lives. You understand? It's all about being tolerant. Please be more tolerant. Why are you not tolerant? Tolerance, tolerance, tolerance. You understand now? But I realize this word is not always positive. All right? So I've divided this word, all right, to two sections, where tolerance is a crappy negative attitude to have, and tolerance is a positive attitude to have. All right, and we must differentiate both so that you don't get confused with this concept of tolerance. Now, to me, before you joined QNet, before you started the journey to financial freedom, all right, you were very tolerant with your lives. That you realize that this is it. This is my karma. This is where I belong. I'm broke, ugly, fat, unhealthy, all right, and no future left in this planet, and I have to be tolerant. Absolute bull sugar to the highest level. We use tolerance as an excuse for our pathetic existence, that we tolerated our jobs that you hated and paid you too little. You tolerated relationships where you were in for completely the stupidest wrong reasons. All right? You tolerate your existing life, mother-in-law or whatever aspect of your life. You tolerate governments. All right? You tolerate unfairness under this pretext that you have to be tolerant. All right? Now, all that tolerance is the reason why 95% of the world is broke and officially, legally hate their lives and waiting for the day that they die. That they choose not to live anymore. That they choose to exist because we must tolerate life. Now, I don't tolerate life. right? I conquer it. I live it to the max. But this is what Dato Sri Vijay taught me. From day one, Pathman, don't exist. Live life to the maximum. Don't tolerate poverty. Don't tolerate failure. Don't tolerate all the things that is in your life that you use as an excuse not to succeed and not to get out of your comfort zone. Don't tolerate oppression. Alright? If somebody is putting pressure on you, stand up, fight back, regardless of the consequence. Alright? And all the tolerance of your life, thank God, somewhere along that stupidity of tolerance, somebody came and brought to you the greatest business on the planet, network marketing, through the most unbelievable company on the planet, QNet. And today you belong to the greatest family in the world, the V, with Dato Sri Vijay and Japadas Bismarck as the head of our family. And then you came into networking. You came into networking and then you thought tolerance is over. Now I'm on my journey to success and max out. Right? No. Even in your journey of networking, you tolerate a lot of things, thinking it's a positive attitude. For example, you tolerate small checks. I don't tolerate small checks. You tolerate the lack of success. Alright? Then you said, okay, it is not my time. It is not the right market. Right? My downlines are morons. So you tolerate all these things and rationalize in your moronic mind that this is how you're supposed to be. Completely no. There are millionaires at 24 years old. There are people who max out in 6 months, 3 months. There are people in the toughest markets in the world maxing out. There are people with far greater challenges than you who are maxing out and living the dream today. And the difference between you and them is they didn't tolerate the status quo. They didn't tolerate that this is a tough market because some moron told them it's a tough market. So tolerance cannot be used conveniently to justify your lack of success or your lack of bravado or your lack of guts or the lack of ability. You understand? It cannot be an excuse. That once you start your journey in network marketing, right, you're not supposed to tolerate certain things. You're not supposed to tolerate challenges. You're supposed to rise up. You're supposed to fight back. You're supposed to stay strong and focus on your dream. That if the whole world is against us, you don't run to the corner and hide. That you fight back. If you truly believe in what we stand for, then don't tolerate the bullshit the world throws at our doorstep. Because I don't and you shouldn't. That you have a God-given right, alright, to live life to the max. You have a God-given right to max out. You have a God-given right to be the best limitless person you can be. So don't tolerate suppression. Don't tolerate challenges. Break through those challenges. That we are warriors by nature. Do you know this? That from the day mankind started, we have a DNA of a warrior. Somewhere along the line, human race has become wimps. But if you want to survive in network marketing, if you want to rise, alright, to the levels of the V partners, AVPs and the max out kings and queens, you cannot be a wimp. You got to be a warrior. Alright, and there's one thing I've told you inside every one of us, there is a warrior. Don't tolerate being a wimp. Alright, don't tolerate any bullshit that comes your way anymore. It is time to change. So that's all the negative tolerance, you know. That's tolerance out of convenience. Alright, that we choose to keep quiet when we should speak. Alright, we choose to go home when we should go out. We choose not to do a presentation when we should do a presentation. We choose to accept and rejection, go into depression and not go to the next one with more motivation. Because under the pretext, I should be tolerant. Right? So get rid of that side of your tolerance. Right? Be like me. I don't tolerate any bullshit. That's how I've been trained by Dato Sri Vijay. I stand strong for what I believe in. I stand strong for what I do every single day of my life. Right? Now comes to the aspect where you must tolerate. Alright? Because tolerance has a positive aspect. And this is where your journey has started. That you are now in a certain part of your journey, whether you are 250, 500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 max out a week, you are at some part of your journey right now. And every aspect of the journey brings new pain. Alright? That today you have to tolerate physical ability. Alright? That some people have to now tolerate the fact that you will live without sleep for the next 5 years. That sleep is a luxury, not a necessity. That you got to tolerate going through your journey where food is just to be able to survive, not sit down and lick your hand after you eat banana leaf and curry. You understand? You have to tolerate the fact that you will not be able to spend as much time as you choose to with your family at the peak of your journey to financial freedom. And once you achieve financial freedom, please go back home. Hold your family's hand. Don't let go for 10 years and sing Kumbaya together. But not in the middle of the journey. Don't use your family as an excuse. So tolerate the fact that you will be an absentee member of your family. That you may not get Father of the Year award, but trust me, when you take your kids to Disneyland first class, alright, you will become Father of the Century. Alright? Your wife or husband may complain right now that you are an absentee spouse. It's okay. Once you're financially free, okay, be the best spouse in every aspect, alright, for your husband or wife. But this is what you must tolerate right now. You cannot have a mental breakdown. You cannot be a wimp and say, oh my God, am I doing enough for my family? I'm so focused on QNET. Moron, you're focused on QNET because you want to give the best for your family. And we have to make sacrifices. That you have to tolerate these sacrifices. You got to tolerate stupidity sometimes in network marketing. That you cannot expect every one of your downline to be switched on and a super networker immediately. You got to have enough tolerance to guide and train. Alright? You got to tolerate the guy not earning money, and you got to tolerate the guy earning a lot of money, because positions can switch very fast. You got to tolerate, alright, the pain and sacrifices you have to make right now by not living the life you dream of until you make enough money to live that life. Alright? That you got to tolerate the world you are in today before you are transported to the world of financial freedom. Alright? The world of bunnies and bumblebees. You understand? Alright? But right now, your tolerance must become higher. That you have to understand that whether this journey takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, you got to tolerate the journey. Whatever comes your way, you got to tolerate it. Alright? Because I rather suffer for 5 years and live a world of financial freedom for 50 than live a mediocre life till the day I die as a nobody. Right? You got to tolerate your uplines pushing you without you getting irritated, because they're doing it because they care. They're doing it because they see limitless potential in you and you may not see that. You got to tolerate tough markets. You got to tolerate so many challenges in this journey. But you got to remain focused on your dream. And as long as you remember why you started this journey, you can tolerate the worst. But don't use tolerance as an excuse to be idle. Don't use tolerance as an excuse to remain as a nobody. Don't use tolerance as an excuse to die in your comfort zone. That this year I made it crystal clear that each one of you and me and Dato Sri and Japa, we're all the same. That we have the equal, limitless potential to become anything and anyone we want to. And the only thing holding you back is yourself. That you should not tolerate. Win the battle over yourself. And I promise you that this year, it will be a limitless year. I love you guys. And I see you at the greatest V-Con ever, V Malaysia 2017.